It's here.
Guys, the PS5 and Xbox are finally here. And Bugsnax. Can't forget about Bugsnax. Guys, this is the day that I have been waiting for. I love video games so much, and I can talk about them all day, every day, and I've been waiting tirelessly every day until we got our hands on these consoles, and they're finally here. Now, I do not have the Xbox Series X yet, but I do have the PlayStation 5. And today's video is going to be an unboxing and first impressions on the console. I've been playing with it for 3 or 4 days now, and it's not going to be super in-depth. This is not like a in-depth review, like a 1 hour long video. It's going to be about a 10 to 15 minute video on first impressions, what I think about the console, whether or not it's worth it to get out on day one, if you can get one, and just some general thoughts on the console itself. So if you like the video, give it a like down below, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. It shows me that you guys like this kind of content. You want more tech reviews and impressions and more streamer tip videos. And don't forget, I also stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from noon to 4 Central Standard Time. And if you like talking about this kind of stuff, come and hang out and stream and we can talk more about it. All right, let's just jump on over to the unboxing, and then afterwards we'll talk about impressions. All right, guys, so here is the unboxing. Guys, the PlayStation 5 just came in. Like, literally, as I'm filming this right now, I have not opened this. This guy just came in, like 10 minutes ago, okay? I've been waiting all day. It's only 11:50. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm very excited right now. And it just came in. It's still sealed and everything. I have not opened this yet. I have not held the console, so we're about to open this. So it came in a brown box. This is through Sony themselves. I have another one on the way from Target, which is coming in on Tuesday. It did come with this piece of paper right here it's a thank you note, and it's a code. It says a special gift. I don't know what it is, but it's a PSN gift. I don't know. We'll see. But it comes with that. This is the box. It's a white box with the blue top, just like the controller. It has a picture of the console on the front, and then if we flip it to the back, it just says play like never before, with a picture of the console itself and the controller right here. And it just says lightning speed, breathtaking immersion, and stunning games. I can't wait to hook this up today and play it. And then obviously in this video, I'm going to be giving you my impressions, my first impressions of the PS5 and whether or not it's worth it. And honestly, I think it's going to be, but we'll see. So let's get to unboxing this guy. So I got my trusty steak knife right here. So let's carefully open this guy right here. Perfect. Actually, I'm just gonna put that right over there. Okay. Guys, I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm beyond stoked right now. Okay, so this is just a sleeve right here. All right. So this is just a sleeve. Oh, it also says 8K, 4K, 120, and HDR on the front as well. I will have some close-ups, some B-roll play, so that you have a better look at the box and everything like that. But let me put that over to the side. All right, guys, let's do it. I'm so freaking excited, dude. Oh my God. All right, let's do this. Okay, and there's some instructions right here on how to open it. So we're doing it the correct way. So we gotta just slide this guy out. All right. All right, so we have the controller. And it comes, oh, this is cold. There's the controller for you guys right there. If you haven't seen my previous video on the controller unboxing, go watch that. I go in depth a little bit on how the controller feels and a better unboxing for that. But it comes in this plastic wrap like it did in that video. Right there, actually. We've got the manuals for the console. Don't really need those, right? We've got a power cable. It's the same one, it looks like, that the PlayStation 4 uses. So it's 2 parts, actually. Oh, sweet. Okay. So the console itself actually comes with a USB-C cable to charge your controller. When you buy the controller itself, it actually doesn't come with a USB, so that's nice. I was hoping it would. And then we have an HDMI cable. This is an HDMI 2.1, so they do give you one of these so that you can take use of the 4K 120 frames per second if your TV allows it. Make sure that you see what your TV can do and if it's capable of 120 hertz. But they do give you an HDMI 2.1 cable to do that. Then this guy is, this is the stand. So this is the stand for the console itself. You can either lay the console flat or upright. Obviously, I took my shelf out right here, so I'm gonna be laying it upright. But it's nice. Plastic, I don't know. It doesn't have like the most amazing build quality. As long as it holds the console up, I'm fine. All right, guys, console time. Oh my God, there she is. She's a big girl. She's heavy. Oh my God, dude, she's heavy. All right, empty box. Oh my God, dude, she's heavy. I'll have the weight of this pop up right now. Oh. Here comes that. Oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is huge. Oh my God. Oh, bro. She's beautiful. I actually like the design, guys. I know a lot of people. This is my first time touching it, dude. Oh my God, I love it. Dude, she's big. Oh my God. There she is, guys. There's the back. There is side. This is the front. The front. Oh, dude. There is the console itself. This thing is awesome. So if we get a little bit closer on this, we've got the power button at the bottom right here. And it looks like we have the eject button right here on the disc version of it. We have a USB-C port right there. And then we have just a regular USB, probably 3.0 port right there on the front. We've got the vents and everything, PlayStation logo right there. And then on the back right here, we've got the power, HDMI, Ethernet port, and then 2 USBs on the back right there. And on the bottom, oh, there's a bunch of serial numbers and stuff. But guys, that is the console. Guys, that's the unboxing. That's what comes in the box. And then I'm gonna roll some B-roll for you guys comparing this to the other consoles side by side and their height differences. All right, guys, so once you have the PlayStation 5 unboxed, get to play around with it. And now we're gonna talk about what my experience has been like with the console for the last few days, what I think about it, and whether or not I think you should get one. Starting off with the controller, I already made an unboxing and first impressions video in my last video. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out first and then come on back. I did mention in that video that I was using the controller on PC, so I didn't really have the chance to use the haptic feedback or the adaptive triggers. But guys, for the last few months, you guys know that Sony kept talking about it and how revolutionary this controller is. And I kind of thought to myself, you know what? It's probably going to be a gimmick or something. Like if you remember the PlayStation 4 came out and how you could like an infamous Second Son, like use the controller and like spray paint stuff, which I thought was cool, to be honest with you. But then people didn't really use it after that. Game developers just kind of scrapped it. But when it comes to this DualSense controller, I do not think it's a gimmick whatsoever. This is my update on the impressions video for this controller. It's amazing. It's probably the most next-gen thing of the PlayStation 5 itself. We've been playing a lot of Astro's Playroom, which is the game that comes installed on the PlayStation 5 to really show you what this controller can do. Now, different weapons like a bow and arrow or a minigun, when you shoot them, you can feel the tension in the controllers. When you shoot a gun, you can feel the bullets like flying out of the gun itself and your fingers like jumping around everywhere. It's insane. And with every step your character takes, you kind of feel it in the bottom half of your controller. There's just so many different things. And this is just in Astro's Playroom. I've noticed it in Demon Souls as well, and even in Spider-Man. When you swing around the city in Spider-Man, you can feel Miles shooting the web out in the trigger itself. It's really something you can't really explain in a video or on paper. You have to hold the controller yourself. You have to try it yourself. Now let's move over to the design of the console. Now, this is the most futuristic console I've ever seen. It kind of reminds me of, you know, back in the day, like in 2008, 2010 or whatever, when people be like, oh, this is what the PlayStation 8 is going to look like. And it's like some super futuristic concept. I feel like this is the living, breathing concept of a futuristic console. And I love it. I'm probably one of the few that actually like it. I've seen a lot of people hate on it. They say it's too weird looking or it's ugly. I actually really like the design. I was actually kind of getting tired of just standard black boxes. It just commands the entertainment center. It just really sticks out, but to me, in a good way. I think it looks awesome. Now, quickly talking about heat and how loud the console is, it barely generates any heat. If you guys watch the Sony teardown of the PlayStation 5 itself, you guys can see that this thing's pretty much a heat sink. The whole thing has a huge heat sink and it dissipates heat evenly very well, honestly. And from hours and hours and hours of playtime on Demon Souls and Spider-Man and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I periodically checked. The console doesn't really get hot. I've been playing this thing for like 3 or 4 days now and no heat whatsoever, no overheating issues. And it's quiet, guys. It's silent. There's only a couple times where it does kind of get not loud, but kind of grindy. And that's kind of, it's a scary noise, but I've only noticed it when I have a disc in there. You guys know, like on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, all those, you know, jet engine memes, or when you're playing God of War or something, and then you just hear like the fans like rev up super hard. Nothing like that on the PlayStation 5, and it's really impressive, and I'm really happy about it too. So yeah, overall on the design, my impression is I think it looks awesome. I think it looks great. It's a nice contrast between all of the other, you know, regular looking consoles on my entertainment stand. So I like it, but let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys like it? What do you think of the design? Let me know. All right, so now talking about the UI. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the console itself. The UI is clean, guys, and it's so fast and fluid. There's no lag. I feel like things are placed right. You have 2 separate tabs, one for your games and then one for your media, which I really appreciate that they did. Each game on your crossbar, when you highlight it, has like its own theme music to it, which is really cool. It's a nice touch, I think. A couple things I got to get used to though was when you press the PlayStation button, another sub menu comes up at the bottom, which gives you more options as well, which I think is cool that it's hidden, but it took me a little bit to kind of figure that one out. And now the PlayStation Store is integrated onto the console itself, meaning there's no more laggy store, or it's not a pain in the ass. It's very streamlined. It's very quick and fluid to use. You can jump in and out. There's no more lag or anything like that. That was one of my biggest complaints about the PlayStation Store itself on the PS4 Pro, or just the PlayStations in general. So now the storage on the PlayStation 5, it's well under around a terabyte. It's about 800 gigs. And for me, it's enough, actually. I've got Spider-Man, Demon Souls, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Bug Snacks, Persona, and Ghost of Tsushima right now installed on it. I'm the type of guy, though, that if I'm not playing a game, I uninstall it, and then if I need to play it, I'll reinstall it. But I know a lot of you guys are not like that at all, and you just want to have all your games installed. But you're probably going to run out of storage if you're the type of person that wants to have so much on your console, all your games installed. You're probably going to run out. Games are getting bigger and bigger nowadays. Call of Duty in itself is like 250 gigs. With Warzone, so good luck with that. But if you're the type of person like me where you only have a few games installed, and if you only have stuff that you're playing currently installed on there, you should be fine. But speaking about storage, guys, the SSD, how quick this console is. I'm a PC gamer. This console has surprised me. I've always told people, oh yeah, you know, if you want the best gaming experience, yada, 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 build a PC, right? Everyone says that. This has me thinking different now. I'll be honest with you. If someone now in stream or a friend was just to ask me, hey, should I build a PC or should I just get a next gen console? I have my answer. It's next gen console. To my knowledge, you cannot build a PC right now for $500 that does the same thing as this PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X does, meaning 4K 30 FPS, 4K 60 FPS, the fastest load times I've ever seen. It's insane. The console boots up extremely quickly. You can jump into games like within seconds. It's pretty much, there's no load times whatsoever. It really blows my mind. And we all know that Sony for months and months and months now have been just always talking about that SSD is the fastest thing. And we were all kind of like, okay, whatever. But after seeing it integrated into games and how fast everything is, it blows my mind. They were 100% right to kind of gloat about it because it's fast and I love it. Because even my PC is not this quick. I've got a pretty good rig and it's not even that fast. And that thing's only $500. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about are the graphics. Now, the farther along we get into video games, the less we see of a difference between graphical updates. You know, graphics have been looking great for the last few years. And when we see Xbox versus PlayStation or versus PC, you don't really see much of a difference, in my opinion, other than frame rate. Frame rate's a huge thing that PC does have an advantage over the consoles, but I feel like the consoles are closing that gap very quickly. Now, with a couple of games that I've tested on the PlayStation 5, Demon's Souls runs at a 4K 30 FPS in fidelity mode, or you can do 4K at 60 FPS without the ray tracing. Which, by the way, guys, this console does ray tracing and it looks amazing, especially in Spiderman, where you can see your reflections and they're accurate reflections. It's insane. But going back, the Demon's Souls at 4K 30 it's one of the best games I've ever seen. It's honestly, it's one of the best games I've ever laid my eyes upon. Like, it's just that gorgeous. The small little details, you know, making a bigger picture that just looks insane. You have to like see it to believe it. Spider-Man itself, all the details in the suits and, you know, the world, it's crazy. But it's nice to have these 60 FPS modes on these consoles now, because I know a lot of people, myself included, who prefer higher frame rates to higher resolutions. But it's nice to play around with both. And these consoles do 120 frames per second at 4K supposedly. I have not tested that out yet. I know that Warzone actually just got an update on the Xbox Series X where it does 4K 120 frames per second, I think. I know it does 120 frames, which for a console is insane. Now, you do have to have a TV that has HDMI 2.1 and does 120 frames per second to utilize that feature. And don't worry, your console does come with a 2.1 HDMI cable in it. The PlayStation 5 really shines in the graphical department. Again, just having the option to do your 60 FPS modes for games is insane. It's a big step up. And again, these consoles are closing the gap on PC gaming. And I can't wait to see what future renditions of these consoles, you know, bring us, and maybe even the next generation. But guys, I love my PlayStation 5 and I'm planning to get a Series X here soon if I can find one. And then I'll probably do an unboxing video and an impression video on that if it's not too late. But if you guys are in the market for a PlayStation 5, if you have the money for it, I hope that you can find one because it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Now, some people do want to wait a little bit, you know, so that all the bugs are fixed and everything like that. And that's fine too. These consoles are going to be here, you know, for a while, the next 8 years probably, right? So there's no shame in waiting. Me, I like to have things day one, and I get on the hype trains and stuff like that, and that's probably one of my downfalls, but I love this console. It's one of my favorite consoles since probably the PS2, honestly, that I've been extremely excited for, and every time I boot it up and I play it, I love it. I feel like a kid on Christmas morning when I was opening it up, I'm not gonna lie, and every time I play it, I just feel like a kid again, or I'm just playing something new, something that I've been waiting for. The experience is just new to me and breathtaking. It's not like a minor upgrade, guys. Again, this is a pretty big upgrade in my opinion. But yeah, I'll stop gushing about it. My impression is I love the PlayStation 5 and I can't wait to play it more, see what we get in the next coming years with video games. And yeah, I hope you guys got one. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked the video, if you want more PlayStation 5 videos, and if you do, what kind of PS5 videos would you like to see on this channel? Again, this was just a general impressions. It's not an in-depth review or anything like that. If you want to talk about it more, come and join me on Twitch. I'll see you then.